Hello there, my name is Uni, and welcome back to my 1.19 Let's Play series. And in today's episode, I am sitting in a pond for the entire episode. Yep. Nope, but seriously, I am actually working on a little side project here off camera. I have decided I want to start breeding axolotls until I get that lovely little 1 in 2,000 chance of a blue axolotl. Now, what are you thinking? Maybe you're thinking this guy is blue. Yeah? No, he's actually classified as cyan. And the blue one is a little darker in tone. And I believe if I just keep breeding them over and over again, I have this big old thing of tropical fish. This is going to take out maybe like 5% of the work I have to do here. It's going to take a long time to get my blue axolotl. But we're going to put him down into the aquarium down below. But another reason I'm standing over here is because if we go back out this way, I have this little thing right here that is just a bland, flat bottom of a river, and it just goes off over here, and it's very, it looks ugly, and I want to fix that. And I also haven't even gotten it all the way down to the ocean. And speaking of which, over here at the dam, we don't even have a spillway for the water to come out, and there's not even a little creek to go down into the water here. And considering recent events in my home state of California, specifically in the central part of it, there have been a lot of reservoirs filling up to capacity, and they've been releasing water in anticipation of more rain. And just to give a brief little lowdown on how reservoirs work, I actually recorded this a while ago and spent way too long kind of explaining this process. But essentially, snow accumulates on top of mountains. Snow melts. Snow goes into reservoir. Reservoir fills up. They need to release water. It goes downstream. And specifically what's happening in California right now is they're releasing lots of water in anticipation of the record snowpack that is in the mountains coming down and melting into the reservoir. And that's causing lots of flooding. There's some levee breaks and lots of problems. But that is all I'm going to say on that, because in my last recording, I went on for maybe 7 to 10 minutes about how that process works, and that is too much for anyone to really care about. So, taking my interests aside, we are just going to start working on the spillway, and then also the little creek here and the creek over there. But more importantly, we have one last thing to do this episode, and that has to do with the mysterious hexagon all the way in the middle of the reservoir here. Now, I don't quite want to explain what's there yet, because that'll be for a later episode. I think maybe in April we'll go ahead and cover that. But we do need to go ahead and cover the top of this thing, and that is going to take a long time. But I also want to create something on the outside here, maybe a place to stand for the time being. But for now, we're also just going to cover this whole place. We're going to put in those creeks. We're going to do all that work. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump right to a time lapse here. Yeah, here we go. We're going to make that creek right now and go ahead and enjoy the beautiful time going by. All right, can I make this jump here to get to my viewing point? Let's see if I still got it. Haha, yeah, there we go. It's been a while since I've done any parkour, but oh god, I am way too rusty for that kind of stuff. But here we go. Look at that. We now have a nice little creek going out from the dam, and then over here as well, you'll see that we also have the river done here by the little thing. I forget the name of it already. The sawmill, yeah. But as you'll see, there it is, all in completion. Well, not quite. I still want to get some more stuff actually right there filled in, but this little project here with the axolotls is going to kind of delay that for now. But you'll probably notice from the spyglass here and the water not being super clear, once again, my texture pack or resource pack has been pretty much outdated because of the 1.19.4 update. And good news is that means 1.20 is on its way. Bad news is I have to update my stuff. And God, I hate updating things, but at least our river here and our valley is updated. And now all we have to do is build out a nice little spillway for the dam here. Now, originally, I was thinking of having a spillway come out the side and then down this way, but I'm thinking maybe we do that as a backup spillway, and then from the actual dam itself, if we just go down here, we could have the water spilling out from right about there in some little holes that just kind of release water as they go. However, you have to be careful with that kind of stuff because on the other side of the dam is always the sediment buildup. So there have been dams in the past, like the one at Lake Mead in I believe it's Nevada, or it's on the border of some of those states. I forget. But essentially what happens is the sediment backs up to the actual spillway and they can't actually release water anymore. So there was a tunnel built underneath the ground in some really nasty rock that was pretty porous. So the water could seep through and it wasn't really good. But they sort of worked around it. And I want to work around that too. I don't really have to worry about porous rock in Minecraft, but enough of that geology stuff. We got to move on to basically what I have created down here. I have these nice little bushes. They're just basically made or grown from the water seeping into the soil nearby. Then we have these little patches of gravel. I hear lava somewhere. Something I actually didn't notice before. But over here we have just a little kind of peeking out of the water from the dam. But that's where the water's going to flow down into the river itself. But then let's go over here because we have these cool little trees that I kind of just came up with on the spot. They're nothing special. They're very small, very easy to build, but they're basically a new growth of, like, let's say an aspen tree or something. But now we're starting to lose a little bit of daylight here. I can see that the sky is changing and we have to get started on building our spillway, but I'm not going to time lapse that. Just going to go ahead and build it and show you guys. I might even do a little fancy spinny winny over here in a second. But after this, we do have a second time lapse up over there at the Hexagon. And it's going to be a lot of blocks to place. I am going to be very busy. But let's go ahead and stand in a nice little spot here. How about this guy? Yeah, we'll stand here and we'll just give it a nice little spin. And there we go. Look at that. Oh, yeah. We have a nice little spillway going on here with the dual spillage on our hands. And look at this. We also have an emergency spillway over here. And this is probably the most important part because what I mentioned earlier in the episode where, you know, spillways during flood stages and stuff are pretty important. This is exactly what I was talking about here. This thing would draw water from the reservoir if it was too full, and these couldn't handle the capacity of water flowing out. So they would have to bring this through and then bring it online and have it all drain through here. But essentially, this is just aesthetic. And I actually do kind of want to connect this up with the water on the inside there. But of course, it would have to be blocked off because there's no storms going on right here in my little world. But the reservoir is technically full. If we just hop up here, you can see, of course, from last episode, we filled it all the way up to the top. And another thing I mentioned in last episode is we have to finish off the hexagon, of course. But here, let's take a look at the level. Look at that. It's very full, and I might actually just draw some water down out of there. But I want to do a nice little flyover here real quick just to show you the scale of what we got going on here. But look at this. Oh, yeah. I love this little creek. It is awesome. And then let's turn around and look at our nice little valley creek here. Oh, yeah, that is cool. Oh, man, I love this. And look at that. Just everything is in place. We're all pretty much done here at the base of the dam. And now it's time to go back up to the hexagon because we have to work on the entire surface of this thing. Oh, my God. Okay, so yes, we have the walls done, of course. That's easy enough. But now, oh, my God, we have to basically cap off this whole thing and cover it in blocks because we're going to be building something on top of it. And I believe once I get this all done and we have pretty much everything set to start building our next project, I will reveal what it is because I am excited for it and I want to show you and share, but I have to keep it secret just a little bit longer here because I kind of want to start the project when 1.20 comes out. So it's going to be a little bit longer, but I'm thinking hopefully if the update comes out in like last week of April, maybe beginning of May, this will be on time and perfect. But we'll fill our time with other projects, of course. The dams are pretty much done now, but I want to get started here with a nice secondary time lapse. Here we go. You can hear that. We're going to get started on it. And I have so much work to do. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get this going. Let's start right now. And bada bing, bada boom. All done. Yes. Oh, thank God. We have it complete. And unfortunately, I've run out of rockets to use. So this is my last flight of the episode here. But in the center, we have the final product of what will hold the center to this mega structure that I have created here. And I still don't want to give it away yet, but you will get to see that soon because this is pretty much the end of the episode. We have done all that we needed to do. And in fact, this right here took 4.5 hours to build. And then down here, you can see that we are completely encapsulated by the blocks entirely. There is not a single hole except for that one that we just went through. And eventually it will be completely capped. But I do have plans for building something down here, but that would obviously spoil what will eventually go up on top. So I can't quite give you that yet. But I mean, this is pretty much, oh my God, I want to say at least 7 or 8 chests worth, or shulker boxes worth of this block here. And you know what? I've already forgotten what it's called. So let's go ahead and go this way. Even though I've literally been using it this whole time. I think it's deepslate. Yeah, deepslate bricks. Okay, cool, yeah. Anyways, though, this is not going to be seen for quite a while, but now you know why all the torches were put down here, and that is clear to keep all the monsters from spawning because, as you saw in the time-lapse, I had a lot of surface area to cover here to make sure that nothing spawned while I was around. But with that being said, I think we're pretty much done for the day, and you can definitely tell it's 1.19.4 right here because the glint on my netherite armor is completely different. And now I look, oh man, this looks way different from what it used to be. Oh my goodness. But anyways, my name is Uni. I am jogging it out. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.